Good evening. This is the Rutland Town Planning Commission, and it's Thursday, April 23rd. Please, let's begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before we go into the public hearing, can we get a motion to approve the agenda? Second, Howard. Okay, any discussion, any changes? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, unanimous. And so we'll open the public hearing now, for the new subdivision bylaw. Are some of you folks here for discussion?
No.
Okay, for the other business.
Yeah, we're SameSun.
Okay, yep. So, the new subdivision regulations are a repeal and replacement of the current ordinance, and they will be replaced with a bylaw. Briefly, they clarify the definitions of minor and major subdivisions, include a more detailed definition and review process for boundary line adjustments, and for the first time require a certificate of subdivision compliance for both minor and major subdivisions with infrastructure improvements such as roads, utilities, drainage, and those sorts of things. And a performance bond may be required to ensure a project is completed as proposed. Bylaws are organized by definitions, general provisions, subdivision types, major versus minor, application requirements, subdivision application procedures and requirements for plat design, submission and processing, and subdivision application standards and design requirements. So the public hearing is open for any comment for anyone online that may be here for the subdivision bylaw. Take that as a no. One more chance for anyone to speak up. Okay, we'll close the public hearing. And we'll come back to a vote on that later on in the agenda. But first, anyone here for just general public comment? Okay. All right, so we'll go to Planning Commission action on the repeal of the subdivision ordinance and replace with subdivision bylaw. Any questions or discussion among the Planning Commission? Would someone like to make a motion? This goes, if approved, the motion is made and voted in, and so the bylaw is approved by the Planning Commission, then it's sent to the Select Board. And there's a couple steps in between, Bill. It gets filed with the clerk of the municipality, a copy of the proposed bylaw, amendment or repeal, and the written report. We can probably use the longer one. And then the Select Board has at least one hearing once they receive it.
Move to approve the subdivision bylaw for submission to the select board.
I second that.
Okay.
Gladly.
We've been working on this since September of 23. because it was so outdated. Okay, any discussion of the motion to approve the repeal and replacement? I think we can lump them together.
Okay,
But I don't think that changes your motion.
no, the motion that I made was a little premature because I moved to approve the bylaw, but we haven't repealed the previous one.
Okay, right.
So, I will, withhold my motion if allowable by the chair, until the determination of the, next motion that I'm going to make, which is, I move that we repeal the current, subdivision bylaw. Period.
No, it's a subdivision ordinance.
Subdivision, I'm sorry, the subdivision ordinance. I read the wrong line on my paper.
Okay, let's do this in two parts.
Yeah, do it in two
Do
parts.
do you accept the repeal
Yes.
change? Any discussion? Ready for the vote?
Yeah.
All those in favor of repealing the subdivision, the existing
Ordinance.
subdivision ordinance? Say aye.
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 Right.
Opposed? Okay, that's unanimous. Did you want to go with the second part? Dana?
So I would just, reintroduce the, previous motion, which is to approve, the subdivision bylaw as the planning commission has drafted for submission at this time to the, select. Will you continue that second?
I'll think about it. I'll let you know next
Okay.
meeting.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Any discussion? All those in favor of replacing the existing ordinance with the subdivision bylaw, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I'll abstain.
Oh, one abstention. Okay,
Excuse
Okay.
me. Did you vote against it or for?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
so that would be four
Four.
in favor, one against, and one abstention. Okay. Next on the agenda is the Orin Thomas subdivision application for Route 7. And, your materials have been distributed to all of the members. I don't think they've seen these. I can go both ways. The sketch, which is a nice sketch.
Am I hearing this?
You can look at it. You can open it up and look at it. And so who's going to be the main person to speak?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm virtual.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you just fine. And you're with Enman Kethering?
Yep. I'll wait for everyone to get their package till I give my spiel.
So, I'll just briefly go through your application letter. This is a minor subdivision permit application. It is subdividing one lot into two lots. One is much larger than the other. Lot one will be 175 acres. And lot two will be 2.24 acres. This subdivision will not require any new construction on lot two or lot one. Existing buildings, roads, driveways, and the newly constructed septic system and drilled bedrock well will remain in use. So I hope I didn't steal all your thunder. But go
No.
ahead.
You summed it up. There's nothing proposed. The Thomases are hoping to subdivide this parcel off so that they can sell that apartment building on its own. Our office has been helping them. We've got the subdivision at the state level, and then the subdivision at the state level is the same as the wastewater and water supply permit. So they have the new wastewater permit to accommodate the apartment building. They have the well. They just got their certification for the water system. So from a state level, they're all set and all good. So now we're here to finalize with the town.
Okay. So it is merely to separate the apartment building from the rest of the property there on the east side of Route 7.
Yep, it'll be the apartment building, and then there's a barn out back.
Okay. Can you tell us, Kate, anything about the future plans for the 175 acres?
The farmland lot 1.
Yeah.
Is Krista there?
Indicator.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm happy to speak to it, Krista. I don't want to tell anything though.
Yeah. My family has Orin Thomas and Sons Incorporated. Some of you may remember us as Thomas Dairy. We closed our distribution and processing business in 2020. And then the plan was we've been working with Kate and Nicole and then Kessering and Jim Goss and Ray Page, a plethora of people, because the objective is to liquidate the rest of our real estate holdings so we can dissolve the corporation that my grandparents crafted in 1947. So that's what we're up to. And you said you've been working on these subdivision regulations since 2023. We've been working on getting this apartment building ready to sell since 2022, or maybe before, because when it was communal, like all the water was attached, and because we all lived on the farm. So to sell these houses independently, they have to have all their own wastewater. And so the plan, working with Kate, is to get this apartment house finally ready to sell. We're 99% there, we hope. And then we have a farmhouse that we'd like to move on. And that has a wonderful new wastewater system as well. And then we'll have the buildings and the land. So, and that's for sale. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what our objective is.
Do you think you'll be back to us and coming to us with another subdivision?
Yes, the farmhouse, and that's
That'll be a boundary line adjustment.
yes, excuse me, yes.
Okay.
That is we think it's a boundary line adjustment. Kate, you can speak to that one better than I think.
So 2010 US Route 7, we recently learned is its own parcel. And we've been working with Jim Goss's firm, and they reviewed the new subdivision regulations. And I don't think it would currently qualify as a boundary line adjustment, but under the new regulations, it qualifies for a boundary line adjustment. So 2010 will be submitted soon for a boundary line adjustment, but it won't be another subdivision. And then there will be 170 acres after that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
170 acres.
Plus or minus. I don't know the parcel size for the 2010 off the top of my head.
Yeah, so you're talking about the town subdivision regulations. You're kind of betwixt and between the existing ones and the new ones. We hope they'll just keep proceeding and get approved.
Yeah.
Okay.
The boundary line adjustment right now requires that the lot itself be filed by plat with the town. And my understanding from Jim Goss is that in the future it won't need its own plat, and you can, I don't know. I don't want to interpret something that we were given advice on.
I don't think that's right. At least that's not my
Well, we're not there yet, so
yeah, it doesn't matter.
yeah.
We'll do
tonight,
it. We'll do it per the town regulations when the time comes. But it's not part of the subdivision right now.
So,
Okay.
Kate, maybe you could, clarify,
That's gonna be a separate.
the drawing that we're looking at, shows the 2.2 plus or minus acres, lot 1908, that it, corresponds with the address along Route 7, correct?
Yep.
And then that is what you were referring to as lot 2. Correct?
Yeah. Proposed lot 2. Yep.
Proposed lot 2, okay. And, so the boundary runs just, south, I think that's heading south, just south of the, existing farmhouse, correct? The boundary line on the western, the northern boundary on, lot 2 runs just south of the existing farmhouse, is that correct? No?
No.
Existing farmhouses.
Are you,
Oh, I'm sorry.
are you,
So the existing house that's on,
The separate owner.
It's this house right here.
do you
I
have
just need to know it on the map. So on the
Do you-
map, you have the northern boundary of lot 2. Just to the
Yes.
left of that, it says existing house, 1958.
Yeah. Are you looking at the Edmund Kesselring map or the survey from Ray Page?
I'm looking at,
I think I have a survey over.
yeah, it's Edmund Kesselring.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm just making sure we're looking at the same map.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about the map, and I didn't care about what the Google map to my left shows me, because I just want to do the reference from the map itself. So we have the square area of 2.2 acres plus or minus. We have the northern boundary running just to the south of 1958. Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
And that is all of lot 1, where that existing house is located, correct?
So 1958 and 2008 are their own lots. Those are not part of lot 1.
Okay, where's lot 1 with respect to what's on here?
So if you are looking at where you just saw 1958 and take your
Yep.
gaze up the page about halfway and then to the left, it says lot 1.
I don't see it, but
It's the entire farm parcel. It's the rest of the land. Yeah. It's 175 acres.
I get the 175 acres. I'm looking for my orientation on the map, Norman, that's all. And you said that it says up and
It
to the
says
left, so I'm
lot
going
one.
up the map. It's looking at the north-south marker, the north marker. I'm up in that quadrant there, and I don't see anything marked
No.
that way.
So do you see the bold line compared to everything else? The property
Well, the
line.
bold line is up. The bold line is up at the top of the map that we're looking at.
The bold line is the entire outline of lot 1. If
Oh,
you follow the
This,
trace,
you're talking about the outlet. Okay, yep.
the dash line, and then if you see
See the dash line. Yep.
yep, so that's lot 1. And the
That's
mark,
okay. We're
the
talking
lab-
about the same thing.
so the labeling of lot 1 is just like barely east of the farmhouse. It says
Really
lot 1.
east of the farmhouse.
Yep, so tax parcel 02-20-42.1. Orin Thomas.
I don't see what you're referring to. I see the proposed property line, plus or minus 322. I see 40-foot wide utility and right-of-way access on the top of the map.
Krista,
I
if you're
see.
able to approach the labeling of lot 1 is just behind like the old cow barn. It's on the top of the knoll there. The contours.
We don't see any of this.
The labeling she's referring to.
I see existing agricultural field. I see existing edge of agricultural field for labeling.
See existing agriculture.
I don't see what you're talking about, Kate. I'm sorry. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please. Please.
Okay, so, let's see, I gotta get oriented.
Yeah. Take your time, because I've been trying.
Where's Route, this is Route 7.
This is Route 7 running north-south. This is heading south.
Okay, then this must be the apartment house.
That's what we thought that was. We thought
Oh,
1908.
1908,
Yeah,
yes,
that's what we thought was the power.
that is correct.
Okay.
And then where, okay, 1958, do you know where my parents used to live 30 years ago?
I have a general
That's their
idea.
gray, that used to be the gray ranch, now it's
Okay.
like green. Someone else owns it.
That's fine. Yep.
So this, okay, and that must be the wastewater.
Yep. That's what I thought.
So this is just a little tiny, this is like 2 acres.
Right,
So-
because that's
so-
what it says here.
Yeah, so what are we, she said something about the cattle barn?
Yeah,
Not on here.
that's what I was thinking. Either that or I was losing my mind.
So, I mean, 175 acres would be across to that cemetery if we had a map that
Sure,
big.
but it ends somewhere. This parcel is being cut out of something. I just want
Yeah.
to know what the edges are
Oh,
out of which it's being cut.
okay.
Is what he's asking about it on the survey.
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking at Ray
yeah,
Page's survey.
just behind these houses.
We're looking at
There-
Inman Kesselman Consulting
I'm wondering
Engineering.
if his questions
The
would be
fields, like
addressed
there's an
by
old
the
dirt
survey.
road. It's just behind these houses, if you can imagine.
Kate has been making reference to a number of things that I can't see on the map.
Here's a survey
Okay.
that shows the entire parcel.
I take that.
Yeah.
There's a parcel viewer
I'm-
online.
I'm also wondering if you're looking at the record drawing for the wastewater, which
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what we're looking at.
okay, I'm sorry.
Not the right thing.
I'm looking at the overall plan, what that shows.
That's what we were hoping to be looking at.
So
Right.
this is,
It's here,
so
right?
where's the Noel? She's talking about the old cow barn.
See, I think
Okay.
she's looking at one that,
Here's 1908.
she's looking at one, I think, that shows all that, and we're
Right.
just, we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
I have it
That's
here
not-
for us
That's
to
not
look
the
at.
plan. There's
Okay.
there's
so-
another Edmund Kessel
You
ring
voted on
plan
adjusting
that
anything
shows
on
the
this.
overall property.
We don't have that.
We don't, yeah.
I don't think we have that.
So I don't know if I helped.
Yes, you did. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
It's just that when we're talking about things, I want a visual of what I'm looking at on the map, and I couldn't align what Kate was telling me
Gotcha.
with what I was looking at on this map. And I'm not embarrassed to say that I don't know what I'm looking at.
Well, so it was page 9 of the submitted application, if that helps anyone.
I'll have
But
that.
there are 2 Edmund Kessel ring maps that were submitted. I apologize. One of them is the wastewater record drawing. One of them was the overall boundary map.
Let me see what I have.
And that's page 9, the overall.
Page 9, it was 3, 4.
Either that didn't print. or
So
don't
I
know.
have like, yeah, so it's page 9. It should be an overall map.
Yeah,
Maybe-
So, what's the consensus? We do not have it?
We don't have it.
Are you able to share your screen so we could see what you're looking at? I mean, that might help alleviate some of the.
Yeah, let me.
confusion, I guess.
You just want to see what it's coming out of,
And I wasn't able to.
the
figure that
larger
out.
lot that it comes out of. I agree. I understand what you're
Am
saying.
I don't know if I'm able to share my screen.
Bill, can she share? Up at the top, there should be a screen sharing button. Bill says you have permission to do that.
Mm. Here we go. Google, open.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Try.
Okay.
Any other questions while we're waiting?
Yeah, sorry guys.
Is it something Krista might be able to address, or
I think she can address it better.
she's looking for something?
Okay. Proposed lot 2 is new the boundaries do not exist now, correct?
Most
lot 2.
likely.
No.
Actually, they do because we have a subdivision with the state.
Come here, please. Those.
Is that right, Kate? They have boundary lines now because we have the subdivision done with the state.
So they exist at a state level. And they might be
All of those lots were existing around each of these properties, right?
You know what,
Yes,
Howard?
yes, sure.
This apartment house was never its own lot, like you and I had discussed a few years ago on the other houses.
Okay.
This is part of the farm, this apartment house.
Okay.
You're thinking of the gray house, the little white house, the farmhouse, and the office. They all have their own lots.
Okay, got it.
You have a good memory.
Got it.
Okay. This proposed lot 2, this is new boundaries, correct?
New as of a couple years ago.
Oh.
Cause we, like Kate said, we have it on the state level. I believe, Kate, when Nicole did the application for the permit
This doesn't have
for
a,
the wastewater, wasn't that when we created the lot, with the red
Yeah.
barn?
Yeah, so we would have created it as like part of our application, but Ray Page finalizing it is kind of that next step of going out, creating his survey. And then so now this is the step of bringing it to the town of here's the, lines.
So it does have boundaries.
what, just make, these boundaries already exist.
Bill,
Or
do
they
we
new?
have
Well, they're
enough
new as of like in
to
2022,
go
but up until
through
then, this
this
had been
and go
part of
to a
the
public
farm for
hearing, or
maybe
do we need
100
enough?
years.
Yes. Oh,
So
come
yes,
on.
we had to create this a couple years ago.
thought it was pretty
So
pretty
does that help?
straightforward, but maybe not.
If it was created a couple of years ago,
Here's the
why
next
do we
step.
need the subdivision?
Right.
It is.
Well, they never
but,
sold it off.
No,
We're
this
supposed
is
to look at the
town
sketch
level.
and
We
determine
have it
whether
with the
it's,
state level.
I think this,
all the
We have to
boundaries
have
are
a
there.
subdivision on the
but I mean, I
town
think
I can't answer any of those questions.
Yeah.
Oh.
This
that's what I'm
evening. That's just
wondering.
myself. I mean,
Okay,
anybody
thank
else
you.
can speak for themselves, but I'm still confused and can't answer those questions.
The boundary and area of contiguous property
Yeah.
of owner, boundaries in the area of property subdivided,
Yeah.
proposed subdivision lines.
but
I-
if this 2.2 acre lot is coming out of one larger lot, and the next step is a public hearing, do we have to see that tonight to take it to a public hearing? I mean,
If we're gonna go through the checklist, which is what we usually do to approve it for a public hearing,
then we'd have a
we have a
Right.
conflict. Because I can't answer any of those questions.
Right, we need to go through the questions and then we can determine whether it's ready for a hearing.
That's right.
I'm also happy if someone has their laptop to re-forward the application we submitted so you can see sheet 9.
You want to send it to me? I mean, I'm sharing my screen here. We
What's
can
your
see the parcels. Or
Where'd you get that?
this is provided by the Vermont state government. It's a parcel viewer, so you can actually
Excellent.
see so this is the greater lot of 175 acres.
We have the same thing on our website here. Parcel view on our
Yeah.
website too.
Yeah,
So the house that we're seeing right here for the 1958 is this
Yep.
little house right here. And
Yep.
then this here is the greater section, and what they're proposing is from here
it's actually not,
over to somewhere here.
it's kind of,
yeah.
it's actually,
Dimitri.
Dimitri, it's right here. This is the lot they're proposing.
Yep. I was trying to draw it with my mouse.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's the lot we're proposing to create.
2.2 acres.
Yep.
Okay, Kate and Krista,
Yeah.
are we right there?
You should have Ray Page's survey, and even that wastewater plan that you were looking at earlier should reflect, the driveway should be shown, the barn
Yep.
would be in there.
Yeah.
You can get an idea of boundary lines from
The
there.
next block.
Okay.
So-
About
Can
300
we-
to 22.3 feet from where your cursor is. If you just head south, yep. And then if you went west 330 feet to US Route 7, that's the block there. Yep.
So that's the northernmost line that I was talking about when we first started the conversation, Kate.
Yep.
That no one could get a fix on. And I was asking if that was the northernmost boundary on the map of the parcel being subdivided.
Yep.
I mean,
No,
that's a
no.
question you're asking, but it's not the northernmost part of the total parcel.
That's not what I was asking, but
Okay.
I was asking if that was the northernmost boundary of the parcel. It was 2.2 acres that was being subdivided.
Yep. I got
Okay,
Okay,
so
so that
it's-
was my original question, to which I didn't get an answer. And now I have that answer, but it still doesn't allow me to go through the checklist that Barbara has in front of her, because I can't answer those questions based on that map. And I'm just telling you what,
Well, we require a sketch plan. And we get a little more specific about that in the new bylaws. I'm wondering if we can.
I can also forward this application again. So if you all go through your application right now, do you have a blank sheet that says overall site plan?
I think I do, it's just blank.
It would be,
Yeah,
it would be, because it would have been a map size attachment.
1908, recorded drawing for 1908 US 7.
How
Is
many
that it?
maps came through, Bill?
There's two. There was a survey and there was the wastewater.
And that's what we have.
You can share that. She had.
The survey map.
You can send it to an email, yeah.
Right.
But I printed everything that you sent
Short on
in
here, so you can see it.
digital form to us for the meeting, and I don't have a map.
Do you have a blank sheet that says overall property
I have a
map?
blank sheet that says record drawing for 1908 US 7. That's all I have for blank sheets. I have all of the other information that we were supposed to review and look at, and the waiver requests, but I can't evaluate those without seeing the
The
map.
map sheet that says Vermont Survey Consultant is the one you're looking for. And one of you have to have it.
It's right here.
Okay. So that's what the new, that's what they're taking out, is that, for that square.
At 1908.
Yep.
And we're not doing the waivers tonight, Dana. That's for the public hearing and the next step.
It also doesn't show us.
Is this the parcel?
Yeah. So I think we can fill this out. Norm?
I just wanted to make something clear. There are two blank sheets. One says overall property map, which we do not have. It's not
It
there.
should-
And then the next
should
one
have
says,
It was part of the attachment. I don't know why, like,
It's
and
in
the other
the,
one says,
that blank sheet was a separator because the map came next.
Right.
yeah.
And the map just didn't print on any of our printers.
Well, it
Because
would have been
probably
set to
doesn't-
be larger, so I don't know if
Yeah.
you would have had to do it larger. It's
The
not
dimensions
not
of
an 8.5 by 11 map.
I saw it, but I couldn't print it.
Jerry saw it.
I saw it, but I couldn't print it.
And
Which
what
I
I was,
didn't think was a big
I think when it
deal.
got printed to a PDF, it lost. It didn't get printed enough to where you could actually see it in the,
Right, because it would have been
No,
for like a 24 by 36 sheet.
yeah, exactly.
okay.
So we
It
got,
wouldn't have printed on
a
8.5 by 11.
So the next
The
time
hard-
we have you,
The hard
we have
copy
you-
packet we dropped off should have had like the full set though.
we will need a hard copy next time.
They did not have the 6 copies we're supposed to have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We,
I didn't finish. And we also have something that's a subdivision survey map for 1908. And
That's-
I just went over that.
It's the exact same thing. There was a map that followed that page. That was the page that said, this is what comes next.
I see.
So
and your printer probably wasn't set up to handle.
24 by 36 pages.
Okay.
So let's get back to, there were not 6 copies of the plat sketch plan. But maybe we can let that slide. we have these questions for tonight. Do we have the boundaries and area of contiguous property of owner depicted on one of these?
Since there's only one copy and you're the only one who can really see that, I don't know if this exercise is the most effective for this evening's meeting. That's my personal opinion. I'm just getting more frustrated as we go through this.
Is that the general consensus?
We're
I
missing,
share Dana's view.
You
It is
do?
surprised.
I just want to see what all the maps we have. So here's the wastewater.
And this is the survey.
This is the survey.
and this here's just showing the new lot being created, so it doesn't
Yeah.
have the entire hundred and
This
seventy-five
we got the
acres.
entire park though.
That's the entire parcel right here that's showing this little piece that wants
Mm-hmm.
to be cut out. Did you see this one,
I
Dave?
have not.
Okay, this I think is the one that's gonna answer the questions. Cause it's all here, it's just.
So I'm gonna go back. We started this conversation 20 plus minutes ago. I asked a simple question and
I
we're
know.
just getting to answering that now based on 3 different maps that multiple people at this hearing, well, it's not a hearing. Yes, it is a hearing. No,
No,
it's not. We did the hearing for the subdivision bylaw. And we're just looking at it now.
okay,
I think that
okay.
there's a lot of time that has been lost, at least for me, in terms of what we're trying to accomplish in a short amount of time. And for us to actually evaluate this, all of us would have to be standing around one map.
Okay,
and I
make
think
make
that
a
that's
motion,
it.
Dana, make a motion.
I make a motion that we table any further discussion on this particular topic until we can get the appropriate materials in front of us to evaluate the request.
Is there a second?
Motion dies.
Okay. Kate, do you understand what we're requesting? I guess a consolidation of what the maps you've given us?
Right, I think we have all the maps, we just have one copy.
So
Not
you just
everybody has
need-
their own.
One copy of the 3.
You just need
different-
more copies. Is that? I think that's what I'm.
I would suggest that in order for us to clearly evaluate this, we need at least 3
Okay.
copies of the same thing so that we can actually stand and look at it simultaneously and any questions can be.
6 is our policy.
But you just said earlier that we could waive the requirement for 6. I'm suggesting that the minimum would be 3 because we have 1, 2, 3 areas around the table that if we're going to be making reference to a particular map, we should all be able to see the same
If,
map.
yes, Dana, but if we're going by the letter of the law now, we want a new sketch, why don't we get the 6 copies?
That's fine. Just trying to be amenable.
I'm sure when this all comes together, it's gonna be clear to everybody. I mean, this
I-
confusion is
So,
a mass situation here. It's
yeah,
not a big deal.
and unfortunately, we meet every 3 weeks. So on the 14th of May, we'd like to see those sketches.
Hey, is it possible you could be present?
What's that?
Is it possible you can be present or either have the same drawings on your screen that you could then share with us so we could make sure we're seeing and aligning the same drawings? It's
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yeah,
It's
I
free.
can. May, when is that?
It's
Chris,
3 weeks from
see the
tonight,
top?
Thursday, May 14th.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I can be there.
Let's put everything back 3 weeks. The public hearing would be 3 weeks from then. So we have a motion on the floor.
That's right, we're going north.
Yeah.
That's right. It's just that little part right there.
Right. The square.
Right, yeah.
So any further discussion on the motion that's on the floor for delaying, tabling action on this?
Is it worth you telling me if you need anything else by then? Like, I know that was a little chaotic just now, but is it worth like
I think,
Run through.
Bill, correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like we have everything else.
The packet looked complete to me.
Yes.
I said, okay, I can go through this checklist once I see a map. But I've now seen 3 and I still don't know, without taking another 15 to 20 minutes to go through what's here for me, myself, individually, to be able to respond to Barbara's questions.
If you had all the maps sitting side by side, you shouldn't have a problem.
I shouldn't,
These
but
maps that are right here.
Yeah,
that's right.
I agree.
But that's
So-
not really the point of the sketch that we require, that
That's
we
right.
asked for.
Yeah, that's right. And at least I'm consistent, because this commission has heard me before complain about lack of ability to be able to make clear decisions based on what we have for, sketch plans sitting in front of us. So, I'm just being
Yeah, so,
consistent.
so, Kate, did you want to say something? We have a motion, we haven't voted on it yet.
No, I was just gonna clarify, the 3 maps are okay, just more copies.
No, we would like one plan.
Okay.
One, that you would be submitting something similar, if not identical to what you would be filing once you get the permit.
It could be the survey plat,
Which is,
the final survey plat.
Which is the one you were looking at.
Yeah.
You and
So that's
Oh.
why there's 2 maps, because the survey plat is just lot 2, but then the overall is like the overall. So I don't understand what you want for one, because there's not a survey of the whole 175 acres.
And I don't think, I mean, once again, that's something that's always concerned me. This is a typical situation. They're pulling out a couple of acres out of 170 some acre parcel. And I've said before, do we need to have an accurate survey showing the entire 170 acres all the way around it? You typically, you can't make a map big enough to record on file here. And I think that's an issue. They're gonna have a survey map, proper survey map, and maybe on the boundaries of that survey map, it'll explain what's going on, maybe a sketch or something, but we don't need a survey of the whole thing to
No,
scale.
and for me to be consistent, it's the same thing that we, looked at a couple of months ago when, I had made a motion back in January to have, this goes back a year and a half now, that I said that there needed to be certain things that would appear before us. When that came back to us 12 months later, it didn't have the same information. So it doesn't have to be a survey of the 175 acres, but I do need to be able to see what the 2.2 acres is being cut out of. And we used text boxes as our indicators of the amount of acreage for each one of the parcels. And then we saw the 2.2 acres that was cut out of the bigger parcel, and each was labeled so that it would actually line up with the letter. So the letter is fine. It explains what you're looking for, but I need to be able to see that on the map.
And that could be what's on the final plat.
And that could be what's on the final plan, because we resolved this for the other, submission. And, I made the same argument then as I'm making now. So it's just for clarity, so that when these things get filed, we don't have the same confusion and questions after we have made a determination about compliance with the subdivision bylaw, which will soon become a subdivision.
Kate, is that more
ordinance.
clear?
Not entirely.
Right, let me try again. The map that you have here, it is the Edmund Kesselring map that has the overall site plan that none of us could print because it was way too big. Okay, and that is a great start. And what all I would need to know is where the 175 acres is, or any other contiguous parcels that may or may not belong to, Orin Thomas and have those labeled. It can be a text box. It doesn't have to show the entire contiguous, plot. Or the entire contiguous plot. Is that
Okay.
clear?
Kate, if you have any, why don't you work with Bill?
Yeah.
Isn't that what that is, Dana?
That is what that.
Going forward.
There are no labelings on here.
They have a page before the map.
It shows it,
Right, Jeffrey and Susan
They're all showing
Colum.
I guess I'm.
I looked at this for 10 seconds.
So it has the name of the people right there. I don't want the latest.
Here's the piece coming out, Dana.
Yeah,
The new piece, the 2.2, it says proposed lot 2.
Yep.
This is the.
I think it's
entire
all there. The
parcel.
delivery may have been the hiccup.
The 175 acres, okay, it's like, it's, yeah, lot one.
I think it's
Lot
all
two.
two.
Lot 2.
Okay, so we still have a motion on the floor. Do we need more mapping?
I don't know.
No, we don't need any more.
All
I
those
don't-
in favor of the motion for more mapping, say aye.
Wait a second, more mapping for what perspective?
Your motion, Dana.
I did not make a motion for mapping. I said I made a motion to table the decision
Okay, my friend.
until the next, next meeting,
Okay,
which I believe Norman seconded.
yes.
So the only real question from a parliamentary perspective is, are we voting to table this till next time? And she can submit the appropriate number of copies for us to evaluate.
All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed?
Rather just get it done, and if there's other deficiencies of the checklist, we can give it to them to bring back. I think all the information is here, though. I think it's just the delivery of it that wasn't. I mean,
My concern is that we spend a significant amount of time when things are not clear and not presented.
Yep.
And as you just saw, I looked at this and I said I couldn't see it because I had seen it for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, you already voted, go through with it. I will vote no. I'm just gonna let you know right now, this is not the way that we should be proceeding at a meeting when we're supposed to have the materials in front of us.
I think the materials are all there. It's just a matter of.
We didn't have the materials in front of us. I did not have the
Yeah.
materials in front of us until 10 seconds ago. We are now 35 minutes into a discussion that
Okay, Dana.
shouldn't have taken that
Okay.
much time.
All right, so, we've got boundaries and contiguous property of owner, yep. We've got boundaries and area of property subdivided. We've got proposed subdivision lines. We have name and address of professional preparer. Numerical and graphic scale plan date in north arrow.
It's all there.
There. Existing,
The north arrow is on this map. On the overall site plan. It is there.
Norm, can you take your seat?
Where's the?
It's right there.
It's there.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Existing features and facilities, roads, public utilities, all that, okay. Proposed improvements, I don't think there are any. Are there, Kate? Utilities and utility easements?
They're shown.
The existing easements are shown, yeah.
And are there any proposed ones?
No.
That's not applicable. And location map, I saw that. Okay.
Easements are on here.
The next one down. There's utilities shown.
But they're not on the consolidated map. I'm gonna,
Okay,
if we're gonna
Dana,
ask the questions and we're gonna look at a map, I'm going to answer the questions as they are factually presented. I am getting annoyed at our progress through this hearing because we say that it is present, but it's on a different map. That's not what the checklist is asking us to do.
these elements are available, and Kate, if you can make sure for the final plat that they are all on one map. And we'll have a public hearing on May 14th. 3 weeks from tonight.
6:30
Um,
still.
Yes. And Dana, if you want to work with Bill.
I don't want to work with anybody. I want the materials to be presented as we ask them to be presented. There's nothing to do with Kate. It has nothing to do with this particular proposal. It has to do with procedure. And we constantly go through a disproportionate amount of time trying to get our own procedures together. So all I want us to do is follow our procedures correctly and make sure that people can submit the materials that we need. And if they don't go to Bill in the right way, Bill should be telling them to submit X, Y, and Z additionally so that we can evaluate the materials in a prompt manner so that we can move the process along.
Okay.
That's all I'm asking. And
Okay.
no, I don't want to do additional work on my behalf because I have already spent significant amount of time reading the materials before the meeting to get ready, expecting that at the meeting, any questions that I would have could be answered, and that hasn't happened yet.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Any other comments, discussion on this topic? Hey, if we haven't made ourselves clear, please be in contact with Bill Sweet.
Yeah, I'll follow up with him tomorrow.
Any questions? What's needed for the public hearing?
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. So we've got,
Point of order, Madam Chair.
sure.
Do we need a motion to actually have a public hearing? I did not hear one during the course of our discussion.
Okay. We'll make a motion.
Motion for a public hearing on May 14th. Or,
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Now let's move on. SameSun. Welcome. We missed the 45-day notice for your 50 kilowatt project off Route 4, right? Well, we missed it in the sense we had so many things we were working on. We weren't able to work you in, to find out about the project or make any comments about it.
Well, we have not yet submitted our, our property. So the advance notice is just that, it's, something to let you know that a project is coming. And then the actual application to the Public Utility Commission will contain, really all the information
Okay.
about the project.
I should have asked you to identify
Oh, I'm
yourselves
sorry,
first. That's
I'm
all right.
Arlene Allen, SameSun of Vermont, Bill Allen.
For the
They're
record.
the owners of the company. So I had hoped to have, by tonight, I knew we were coming a more detailed civil engineering drawing. I don't have that yet because we're still working out some details. But I can tell you as far as, so I think your concern is maybe a precise location.
Well, it's off Bellevue Lane,
Yes.
right?
It's
And
a Patillion Heights property. I mean, do you have the advance notice document? So you can see it's about a 4 acre. So property, half of it is improved, and then there's a vacant portion. Now, some of it is covered in shrubbery and wetlands. So that leaves, really just a relatively small area in the front of the property. Yeah, so the dimensions are, it'll be 112 feet wide, 64 feet deep. two racks of verticals that are 4 feet high. And it will 4 feet tall, well, not really tall.
But that's not, so
The
it's about
total
10
height,
feet.
total height will be about 10 feet. Yes.
Where is that outlined, Marlene? Oh, 10 to 12 feet tall? I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
It's all net metering, right?
it will be net metered, it will supply all of its generation will supply power to the
Tenants.
Skeleton Heights facility, which is an apartment and storage
Mhm.
complex.
Mhm.
So it'll allow them to, pay some of the front-end fees.
The only net metering that's still allowed is if the power generated is used on site. This array will produce about 80,000 kilowatt hours, which will take care of all of their needs and allow the tenants to have perhaps some heat pumps. And the goal of the owner is to lower the cost to the tenants who have long leases. So 80,000 kilowatt hours go on our grid, net metering, power all be used on site, with the goal of making it a little more affordable. People live there already.
Yeah.
But we can't tell you exactly where it is because we haven't gotten a survey of the wetlands, et cetera.
Okay.
And all of what's under the ground there.
Is that your
So we
question?
don't know where it is. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Ideally, it'd be nice to have some drawing photo or something showing how it relates to Route 4 and so forth. And
Right.
But that would be in the final application.
That'll be in the final application, and my point is, there's not a lot of option. Because, there's the property. And it'll be in this relatively small area. And then the requirements are that it's set back at least 40 feet from the edge and 40 feet from the driveway.
Mhm.
So it's going to front on Route 4,
Yes,
and
40 feet back.
yes, I understand that. Is there gonna be any other screening?
well, we haven't made that plan yet. That's one of the things we'll look at in the application.
Is it gonna be seen by the residences? And or
By
whatever?
windows,
It'll predominantly face the residents of the Killington.
I'm sorry?
It will predominantly face the residents of the Killington property. The array will face them.
right,
What you don't have that you need, we know you need it, is, we owe you an exact sighting, which would give you the angle, which would allow you to know the view shed of the road. We don't have that. We did advance notice, very advanced, because rules are gonna change July 1st. It's gonna make it even harder to do group net metering. If they almost impossible already. So we're a little ahead of ourselves, and then when you knew about your meeting. So we have to have a survey of the land where the wetlands are and an exact design for you. We know we don't have.
Yeah.
But you want to place an agenda tonight, we thought we should show up and answer what we
We
can.
appreciate that.
But we know we don't have everything that you do.
Right, right.
Reason I asked, I wasn't sure where the street was, so I actually drove up and drove into the neighborhood, which I'd never been into before. And I still,
There's not really a neighborhood. It's the empty lot next to the Killington Heights building.
next to what?
The Killington Heights.
But
is an empty
Bellevue
lot,
Lane
it's
is
not a
this,
neighborhood.
Bellevue Lane is what you drove out on.
Yes.
And there are houses along Bellevue Lane.
Yeah.
No, this will not face any of those.
It won't face them, but they're gonna be looking down onto it, as I guess is what Norma's
Yeah.
leading up to.
You'll see the back end of it from the road itself and the whatever the businesses across the street. That it is. But it's not in the neighborhood. It's an empty lot next to Killington Heights.
right. And
Okay.
every resident on Bellevue Lane, let's see. There's a list of, butters that we sent notice to. So it looks like.
The 45-day
3, 4,
notice.
5. Yeah, 5 of the homes on Bellevue Lane received this package as well.
Certified letter.
I just drove up there to try and get a feeling, because I wasn't familiar with anything off of Route 4, which I've, I can't count the number of times. So I just drove back there to try and get a feeling. And this is to the if you're going into Bellevue Lane, it's to the right. The
If
property,
you're going on Bellevue Lane, yes, if you're heading,
south,
I guess, east, or,
south.
yeah, if you're heading south and you turn onto Bellevue Lane, it is to the right.
Turn-
A vacant
Going
lot.
east on Route 4, I turned right onto Bellevue Lane, and the land, as I recall, there's empty land on the right,
Correct,
to the west of Bellevue Lane,
correct.
and that's where it's going to be.
That's where it's going to be. And it is going to be in the front portion of the plans. Which is closer to Route 4. But 40 feet back. And the reason it has to be in that front portion is because of wetlands.
Can you expect to submit the full application? Do you have a timetable?
Well, definitely before July 1st.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's gonna take us another, probably, 3 weeks or so to get the site plan
Right.
and iron out all the details.
And just to remind the commission that, we don't get to approve or disapprove this project. This goes through the Public Utility Commission of the state. And we do get to comment on it.
And I think it's worth, noting that, yes, it will be something that you see as you're driving down Route 4. It will be something you see as you drive between these people on Bellevue Lane. We'll probably be able to see this array, but it's not tall, and it's not, we're not talking about a huge solar farm. We're talking about relatively small array that's only providing power to this property. So as far as
Providing power to the property across Route 4, correct?
to
Killington Heights.
Killington Heights,
People live in this building called Killington Heights. And the empty lot next to them is where we're building it. And the power will be for those people.
right? And as you mentioned, it's not an empty lot next to that. It's all the same,
Yeah. It's
all the same parcel.
has no structure on it. That's
Right.
what I meant.
Yeah, the empty portion of the lot.
Thank you.
Right word. I know that Vermont's a very green state and we don't have any billboards, which is fortunate, but we've been littering the streets and everything with solar panels. I was curious if there
Litter's
is,
a tough word.
I know, but we've got them we've got solar panels everywhere. And it's just one of those things like starting to become a sight for sore eyes. Is there a thought of maybe some sort of wall or something? Just because I know we've got the new one out on Route 7 before you get to Post Road.
Entirely different story.
I know, but I'm just curious, like, is there any sort of, I know it's 10 to 12 feet tall. Like, is there any sort of landscaping that may be able to done to maybe hide the panels a little bit better without affecting their ability to generate some, solar from the canopy out, so you don't want trees there?
No, actually, it's a very good point because, for most people, the less attractive part of the array is the back end of it. What's kind of nice about this array is that, the front of it is going to face the people who live in, the people are getting the power from it. But because the back end doesn't have any access to the sun, there could be shrubs or something built to 10 or 12 feet tall. We don't have to do that, and it's not something we're paying for. So the owner, we'd have to discuss that with the owner. And I think it's a perfectly reasonable thing. I mean, basically, the chair's of course right. This is Public Utility Commission stuff, but we know some people don't like solar arrays and want to be good neighbors and build
We've
it.
got solar. So, I mean, I have solar, so I'm not opposed to it. I just know with it going up everywhere in Vermont being a Green Mountain state, I don't want it to become a, solar.
Well, it's very interesting since you bring it up. I just want to say this is that, our utility loves solar in the megawatt fields that you probably don't like. They're making it almost impossible for us to build what we're building here. And it's only because the off-takers on that property use this much power. So the small scale solar, where the renewable energy credits are retired to the state, which this is, and it actually benefits the people living there financially. Those are the projects that are getting harder and harder and harder to build, almost impossible. Whereas the big megawatt fields, that's what the utility wants. What we're doing
like your home, I suspect, if you didn't lease, is
Yep.
saving you money, saving the business, the Vermont business person, the Vermont homeowner money. The megawatt fields is just a huge profit center for our utility.
Yep.
So these are the sort of arrays that we want to build, and we don't want them to be eyesores for anyone. I'd have to say though, it's gonna be 40 feet from the road. On the very same road, if you go just a little further down, there's 2 solar arrays at Royal Glass,
Okay.
and perhaps you don't mind them.
No, I honestly, I don't even know, but I was thinking the one that we recently was built, for the metal shop, you know, like the, was it Maxfield? Yeah, right before there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like,
again,
that's
that's probably-
like 2.2 megawatts or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
huge
you're
one.
talking about thousands.
Yeah, in comparison to this is a lot smaller. No, I know.
50 kilowatts.
A
100
mixture
was
system.
I think mine's like 9 or 10 kilowatts I got, but mine's are on the roof, and that's the only difference is by putting it.
Yeah.
On the roof
Yeah.
versus.
And that was our first, just so you know, I mean, I'm mad at you and I know it's late, but, we first looked at the roof. The roof's impossible.
Not enough space.
Yeah. Exactly.
And because of the size of your project, you're not required to do the screening.
No, we're not required to, but we don't, we have been in business in this community for 15 years, and we want to be good neighbors. So just because we're not required to doesn't mean that's not a good idea. All I was saying was that won't be my money or decision.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great idea. And I think instead of a wall, I think, nice 10-foot shrub trees.
Something like that. I know they were talking about utilizing that area for pasture, like livestock to come in and graze because the grass is growing instead of having somebody come in there and mow it. But you put livestock. Obviously, I'm not suggesting that next to Route 4,
yeah.
but I'm just
Right.
saying there
No,
are.
if you had a major,
Yeah.
we have an array where we do send livestock in, but it has to
Okay.
be a fenced in.
Significant size, which is one
It's a
here.
fenced in,
Yeah.
it's a different animals, we're saying, so.
Look forward to seeing the final plat once you guys figure out the wetlands and the location of it.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we owed that to you coming, but you put us on the schedule and we wanted to show up.
Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you, Allens.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to.
See you next time. Or
Yes.
Yeah,
whenever.
sometimes.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, well, as soon as we have that site plan, even before we have the application, I can email that to Bill.
Okay, that's great.
you.
That'd be great. So they're Rutland town residents.
Yep.
Okay. Their business is in the city.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Oh, I lost my agenda.
Get old business.
So we'll talk Pocket Park next. And I sent out a little sign up sheet for everyone to take a look at and fill in with what they would like to do. The options are working on the signs content, working on the DAR watering trough, moving it and figuring out how best to preserve it. As we heard in the last meeting, that might be a good thing. Working on the kiosk, design, placement, construction, tree shrub identification and removal, and plantings of native species. And the last one is amenities, picnic tables, trail, overlook, fence. So let me go this way. With this, we've got Andy and Norm already sent in their preferences. And I'm thinking is, I don't know if it's going to be, there'll probably be some special meetings, probably mostly site visits first. And then working with other people. This is not like taking total responsibility for these things to be done. So that would be great. Bill, did you ever find any more copies of this book that Jerry, this was the book, right?
No,
No, take a look at it.
I have a different book. That I thought, and I forgot to look, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of information in there. Did
I did
you?
not find any other books, no.
Yeah, it was, the town printed that book out, 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Every now and then the everybody calls and asks if they're done, they got because people will call there and want to buy them. I don't know where they are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But a lot of photos in there, and content. And then, I also discovered that, going through GMP's relicensing, that they have a ton of history in there. Ton. And not so much for the indigenous, periods, but everything else. So, there's a lot of copy and pasting. Copying and pasting that would be possible there. So that was a real relief for me. And there's additional information there. In addition, the town just signed a contract with Otter Creek Engineering for design services. And this will be done in the next 6 weeks. The contract was finalized on Wednesday, so early June. And Otter Creek will be doing layout of parking, walkway, fencing, barriers, tables, and other park elements as part of the first phase, which is what we're looking at this year. And they understand that we want to open this in the fall. And I'm not quite sure where the invasive species will come in. Bill, do you think they're going to have much say on that? Yeah, it's a little unclear here.
Yeah.
So anyway, the select board approved this. Otter Creek is charging $5,000 for a preliminary design and a final design.
This is not the individual signs along the path. This is just the big.
The big picture,
Yeah.
big picture design.
Kiosk. Is it the kiosk?
What about the kiosk?
No, this big sign. The sign that Otter Creek is doing.
Otter Creek is doing design of park, of the phase 1 of the park.
A number of things.
Yes, I
Okay.
understood that, but I thought you said they were doing signs also.
They're going to be looking at where the best places for parking, walkway, fencing and barriers are going to be, tables. They don't mention the signs, and I think we should keep control of that. The town can do that. Well,
Somehow we can say.
sorry. So this is moving along. You like that book?
I do.
Is there a chance for the elementary school? Do they study any of Rutland's history in elementary school? And if there's any information at Rutland Town that we can maybe just acquire, so that way it's like there's half the search,
Well, the eighth
Part of the
grade
search.
level reading level too,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good question.
maybe we can make it a school project.
So that's what's been happening with the pocket park. A little bit of progress. I do still need to get with GMP and find out what's going on with the kiosk. Mary Ashcroft is on that too. Any other questions with the pocket park? I mean, we're still aiming for like October.
I just have a question because of my curiosity. In the book you gave Jerry, or the other stuff, there's two big, looks like support on either side of the street, like when it turns
He's
around.
talking about on Simons. There's like an overpass but there's just the buttresses that are left.
It was a railroad bridge.
What?
It was a railroad trestle.
There's two great big,
That was.
that was a railroad trestle.
Was that the line that went to Proctor?
It,
And it went to West
it
Rutland.
went right behind it used to split. Half of it turned left and went north up Route 3, and then the other half split, went behind the fire station, up behind Johnson Energy, and up and over, and then back into Center Rutland. Like it was but that's old. That's old. Like I can tell you where it was. It's more easier. I can explain it.
What we haven't put in any of our designs or budgets is like cleaning the graffiti off those. Do they make paint now that you can't, that deters graffiti?
They have a film that goes over the sign so that way you could wipe off graffiti. There's like an anti-graffiti film, but I could actually talk to somebody at 3M and ask them. I think they do have like supposed to make it easier, but obviously nothing's going to be perfect.
Yeah, it's right at the entrance to the park.
Pressure washing won't take it off.
Well, what kind of graffiti is it though? I mean, I'm not suggesting graffiti is acceptable. I'm just saying there's an opportunity to maybe convert it to street art or something like that where, right? Okay. Well, I don't know if they wanted murals or something,
Yeah, maybe put in like a blank canvas that can be cleaned off every once in a while.
Sure, we'll give them the Mr. Sketch markers and they can wash off.
Right. Have at it. In the last 24 hours. So any questions in the pocket park? I mean, because we still don't, we won't have a budget until, we go through this with Otter Creek Engineering, get the designs. And they'll have some numbers for how much this stuff will cost to actually construct and put in, so it's inching along. Okay. We've got the select board meeting. I don't think there was anything else there. There is a joint agreement with the city and the town on the radio tower.
No, the fire department has a repeater to the fire station. It just wants it on paper, an agreement to that it can exist there. All of it.
What does the town have to say about that?
We own it.
Oh,
We own our radio system.
okay.
We have the fire.
This is our fire station?
No, city fire station. We have a repeater for our radio system. The best place for it is a very tall location centrally located, which happens to be the city fire station.
Okay.
So there is a repeater system for the town fire department on their radio tower. This is an agreement to memorializes that it exists and who has what responsibility for it.
Is there any disagreement or
Not at
any
all.
about it?
Not at all.
Okay. And this next item, I'm trying to remember what the West Rutland notice was
They're
for.
doing floodplain regulations. I think the meeting was last week.
To update
Yeah,
update their town floodplain
Yeah.
regulations, and we were just an adjoining community.
they brought, I had sent our notice for this meeting to them. They brought it back to me, hand delivered it unopened because they thought it was their notice that got delivered back to them by mistake. They're doing the same thing, so.
Okay. Okay. And Howard, do you want to mention about Jim Hall's wife, or you
Yeah,
saw it in the
okay.
paper today?
Jim Hall's wife, Andrea, she passed away a couple of days ago. And her funeral is gonna be tomorrow at 11 o'clock at St. Peter Church.
Hmm.
The obituary is in today's paper.
We want to send flowers, a card, both.
Flowers were sent on behalf of the town.
Were they?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a card.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you, do people want to sign the card or do you want me to just send it? Yeah,
Send it.
Send it on behalf of all, we'll never get it signed in time.
I know, we'll never sign.
And the mail addresses, I think that's in the obituary too, where he resides at the Maples.
Oh, good. Is that where the flowers went? Or is they going to this? Okay. Okay. All right, so anything else for announcements? Okay, the last thing we have are the minutes from April 2nd.
Move to approve.
Thanks, Dan. A second?
Second.
Any discussion?
No. Last line of old business bylaw amendment. I don't think the motion carried unanimously. I don't think I voted yes, but just food for thought, really doesn't matter.
Sure, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
I said the last line of old business says Mr. Hunter seconded the motion. The motion carried unanimously. I did not vote in favor of that motion, just so,
Maybe we can just strike that last line, Bill?
yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately.
The copy, it's any edits are on the copy you sign, so
What's that?
the final version is whatever you sign. So
I never signed this. Like,
Other than that.
but yeah. I won't sign it as is.
okay.
Strike the last line. The motion
Yeah.
passed.
Right, right.
Yeah.
We did move to send the bylaws to the select board, right?
That was today.
Well, that's now, yeah. Now that you're hearing, it'll go to them for their next meeting. Yeah.
And that
Made a
was
motion.
411.
Yes.
Okay, all those. Who made the motion to accept the minutes?
I did.
Do you accept the change that we take that last line out of old business number 4?
Yep, I will amend my motion to say move to approve as amended.
And
That was me, too.
Second.
You taking the last sentence out or just the last word?
Last word. Motion carried, period.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
okay, we're adjourned.